Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I'm your host, Eric Smith, and today I am talking about Suckerville by Chris Sorensen, and this is from Harmful Monkey Press. Look at that cover. Full disclosure, this book was sent to me by the author. Little history. I believe it was Hunter Shea who put me in touch with Chris Sorensen or asked if he could give my contact information to Chris Sorensen when his debut novel... Debut novel? I feel like he had a book before this. But anyway, The Nightmare Room, the first in the Messy Man trilogy. Hunter Shea put Chris Sorensen and I in contact, and he asked if he could send me a copy. I said, no, I'll go ahead and just buy a copy myself. I think, with the first one. I bought it, or got it, or reviewed it, loved it, and then I think either one or two out of the three books in the Messy Man trilogy he did send me. And then I've interviewed him. He was on, I believe, My Favorite Horror With, and I want to say we talked about Night of the Living Dead. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So then he contacted me a little while ago and asked if he could send me a copy, a digital copy of his new book. I said, no, thank you. I don't do digital because I always forget that I have it. I would just pick up a copy when it came out. And he said, I can send you a physical copy when they come out. And I told him what I tell the few people I actually will accept anything from. I said, that's not necessary, but I'm not going to say no. And so he sent me a copy. Very rarely now do I get requests for reviews from people I don't know. And generally I simply say thank you, but no thank you. If it is someone I know, I will tell them, I'm going to buy a copy. You don't have to send me one. But I'm not so rich that I can't, refuse free stuff. Or I'm not so rich that I can refuse free stuff. Anyway, so that's kind of full disclosure. So, The Too Long Didn't Watch, 4 out of 5 stars for Suckerville. What this is, you ask? Well, this is about J.D. Spears. He's a good old boy. He's down on his luck. He's got an ex-wife. The law is on his ass. When we meet him, he's just being bailed out of prison. And, what's going to happen is he and his buddy Rowdy and some other colorful folk are going to be dealing with some leech people. I don't know. That's the nutshell. So we do have a cold open here with a young in-love couple on a boat in the Mississippi, or maybe an offshoot of the Mississippi, fishing, making love in their boat, and horrible things happen to them. Horrifying. Cut to J.D. Spears in prison. His buddy Rowdy bailing him out. And so they're going to go to Dockside Tavern for some beers. And some things happen along the way. And then leech people. So Sorensen, what he has done here, has made a wonderful B-movie creature feature novel. Regular viewers will know I occasionally compare things to movies just to sort of give you a feel. And with I keep pointing over here because that's where the Messy Man trilogy is. If the Messy Man trilogy is dark, spooky, horrifying, terrifying horror, I ran out of words, along the lines of, say, The Haunting of Hill House or the Conjuring movies, those sorts of dark, spooky movies, stories with ghosts and weirdness going on. If that's the Messy Man trilogy, Suckerville is Tremors. And movies like Tremors. It's great, fun, cliffhangers, crazy creatures. The creature design in this book is wild. And the characters are a lot of fun. JD is a really fun character. His buddy Rowdy. They run into these two women who are the Huckleberry Girls, or the Huckleberry Ladies. Basically, they're beer models, and so they're dressed kind of like sexy Huckleberry Finn. And they're on their way to Doc's Dockside Tavern for a promotional thing. And essentially these characters and the characters in Doc's end up at the tavern, end up under attack. It's sort of a siege story. But the characters are colorful. There's one character, I don't think we got enough of this one character. I don't want to say who it is because I don't want to give anything away. But there was a character the short time that we got with this person, I really liked them. I want more of that character. But all right, spoilers. Is it a spoiler if I haven't told you who it is? We're not getting more of that character. So this is just so much fun and it's well written. Chris Sorensen, I mean, he's a playwright and director, and he does audiobooks, and he can write really spooky, dark stuff, and he can write really fun monster creature feature stuff. I don't know what else there is to say. This seems like rather a quick one, a bit rambly, but that's the way I am. Pretty much, if not every chapter ends with a cliffhanger, which is fun. It makes you want to turn that page, find out what's going to happen. A lot of the action is kind of outrageous, but I cared about the characters. I think Sorensen is very, very good at writing characters. Characters that you're going to love. Characters, one especially. There's more than one, but one especially that you're going to hate. It's always nice, especially in this kind of book, to have those characters you can't wait to see. Hopefully, how they're going to be destroyed. How they're going to come to their end from the leech people. And but even those characters are interesting. It's one of the worst things a writer can do is just give you flat characters they don't care about one way or the other. Oh, that person died. Who cares? Oh, that person died. Who cares? So the great characters, of course, we want them to survive, but it's not that kind of book. The bad characters, we want them dead, but it's not necessarily that kind of book. But we care one way or the other. So yeah, the first little bit takes place. The biggest chunk of the book takes place in Doc's Dockside Tavern. The beginning doesn't. We have to get there, and then some stuff happens at the end. But the main chunk of it is this siege story. All these people, different personalities, different levels of assholishness, trapped together. And it's just good fun. So, 4 out of 5 to Suckerville by Chris Sorensen. I love this kind of stuff. I was entertained, which is number one. Give me good characters, an entertaining story. I don't, if you're going to get deeper, that's fine. As long as I'm entertained. I don't mind having to think a little bit. But mainly, I'm reading for entertainment's sake, at least when it comes to fiction. And Chris Sorensen has done that. He has entertained me. I would love to see this as a movie. Not a Sharknado made as a joke, cheap movie. I'd actually like to see this as this would be like a Tucker and Dale versus Evil, or Tremors, where the situation is serious. It's the characters that make it fun, for lack of a better way to put it. I mean, this isn't. There are comedic beats. I wouldn't say this is a comedy, but yeah, I think if made into a movie, I'd want the tone and quality of Tremors, Tucker and Dale versus Evil, something like that. Not the really crappy, we know we're making a bad movie, that's the joke of it kind of Sharknado thing. And I find some of those movies a little entertaining. We watch a lot of that kind of stuff on Bad Movie Night, but they're not movies I'm going to own and rewatch over and over and love, like Tremors or Tucker and Dale versus Evil and that kind of thing. Suckerville would make a great flick. It's a good book. It's a great book. 4 out of 5. That means I really, really liked it. Suckerville by Chris Sorensen. I recommend it. Have fun with some leech people. All right. Question for this video. What kind of animal-human hybrid creature would interest you? They're out there. We got leech people in this book. There was speaking of horrible movies, there was a movie, Sharks, I don't know. There was a movie with, actually, probably more than one movie with like shark people, humanoid sharks. What animal do you want to see, like an animal-human hybrid, terrorizing folks? And I'm not talking about like were creatures. No werewolves, werebears, werecats. But more like science gone wrong or nature gone wrong kind of thing. I don't know why, but like alligator people just popped into my head. That's probably been done. Maybe bird people? I like birds. I like birds killing people. What about actual, like, bird people? Is there a bird people movie out there? I don't know. But that intrigues me. Let me know. It's a weird question, I know. But if you have an answer, let me know in the comments below. And if you have any comments, questions, corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronan5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is EricSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH5757. That's all I've got for you. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.